the biggest thing for me is that skating essentially saved my life. I started my skate journey, restarted it after I had my twins. And so just to kind of give a little bit of background, I got my first set of skates probably when I was 4 or 5. And I used to skate around. They were like the Fisher Price skates with the like the you skate and it's like clack 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 clack. And so I graduated from those and got a pair of skates. And I was essentially like Tootie from The Facts of Life. I was always on skates. I remember the neighbors downstairs used to complain because they would just hear the skating going back and forth in the house upstairs. And when all of my friends were on bicycles, I was the one on skates because for some reason, I just did not have a desire to learn how to ride a bike. I was good on my skates. So I was always the friend who was on skates while everybody else was on bikes. And, I would go skating from time to time. I grew up in New York, so I would go to Empire and shout out to Empire, shout out to Skate Key. We would visit those places quite often. And then as I got older and I was able to drink at 21, we would go to the Roxy because that was like a skate party. Oh my gosh, good times at the Roxy, right? But then I stopped skating. And interestingly enough, when I moved down to North Carolina, where I currently reside, I lived not far from the skating rink that I currently go to now. It was called Skate Ranch at the time. And I hardly went. And I thought to myself, like, I should go skating, but I didn't know anybody down here. And I'm shy and very introverted when I don't know people. So I was just kind of like, no, I don't think I'm going to go to the rink by myself. Fast forward to, after I had my twins back in 2020, we all know what went down. I'm not quite sure why we don't mention that. Is it because of algorithms of like, are we going to be like shadow banned if we say the panty? I don't know. But we all know what happened. And so at that time, I decided that I wanted to skate. I ordered a pair of skates online and I started skating in my house. And I would go to this park out here called Marsh Creek, and I would skate at their flat ground skate park. And like my soul, I was just overtaken by the joy that I was receiving skating, just listening to music, being able to tune out, being able to like focus on learning the moves. It was just all so magical for me. But I didn't realize the power of tapping back into that at this time. I didn't realize that I was dealing with postpartum depression. My partner had essentially checked out. So I was just dealing with a lot, dealing with 4 children, dealing with newborn twins, being in the midst of lockdown and isolation. It was really a lot. And I didn't realize how much of a burden it was for me until I really took a step back some months later and looked at it and was like, yeah, I need to talk to somebody. I need to get on some meds. But before all of that, before talking to anybody, before being diagnosed, before being on medication, there was skating. And skating was giving me the spark that I needed. Not only that, but I was now empowered to find other people who were skating. So I created a Facebook group, not a Facebook group, an Instagram group. I was reaching out to people like, hey, do you skate? Like, are you in the area? Like, let's link up. Let's learn these things. Let's be with one another, And so we would link up and go to Marsh Creek Park, and we would be all masked up outside, and we would be there skating. And then when I felt safe enough to go to the rink, which was like maybe a whole year later, I started going to the rink a little bit. And that was amazing as well. I felt like I was at home being back on the wood. And, it's been an amazing journey. But the biggest thing for me is that skating essentially saved my life, because had it not been for skating, there I I was in such a depressed state, a hopeless state, that had it not been for the movement that skating brought, being able to like listen to the songs that I was listening to and move to them and learn something and get in community with other people and have positive energy around me. If it wasn't for those things, I honestly don't know what life would be. And so I say all of this to say that just the simple act of listening to what I needed internally, what my spirit was telling me I needed, just listening to that set me off in such a way that my mind body spirit connection was fulfilled. So I'm still on medication. I'm on a very low dosage, but medication is medication, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being able to regulate your brain, because that's essentially what it is. Like depression, it's a chemical imbalance, and sometimes you need medication to regulate that, right? But as my girlfriend says, it's good to have a recipe. And so that's only a small part of it. The other part of it for me that I know I need movement in order to release endorphins for myself. So skating contributes to that. After having four children, was not pleased with my body. So skating every day or for, hours at a time has definitely helped with my body. I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with the results. I'm grateful for how my body looks after having four children. um, what else? Just being able to be in community with other skaters, being able to learn. I'm a huge proponent of learning. If you are not learning, then you are stagnant. And what is that? Like learn something new. Give your brain an opportunity to fire off some new things, challenging yourself. And so all of that was key for my recipe, just being able to get in touch with my body. Skating is very much about balance, and it has helped me really get in touch with the imbalances in my body. And so, working through that, being mindful, all of these things have contributed to the betterment of me as a whole, being a better mommy, being a better friend, being a better learner, being a better listener, taking better care of my body, saying that, hey, I'm going to forego this because I want to go skate, putting myself first. That all of that are forms of self-care, that the simple act of just getting back in touch with my inner child and what my inner child loved. All of these have been just, it's been a snowball effect essentially. And so now I'm proud of my progress where I am. Like that's another thing, just looking and being able to measure. I think back to when I first started skating, and how some people, not everybody, but we always remember the negative things that people say. Some people were just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then some of it also was imagined, like, "Oh, what is it? What are they gonna say? I'm out here, I'm looking crazy." But it didn't matter. Like, I still posted videos because one, I wanted to track my progress, but two, I also wanted to encourage anybody who wanted to skate. And so looking back from my first skate videos where I had on like all of my protective gear, like I had my wrist guards and my elbow guard. The only thing I didn't have was a helmet, even though I did have a helmet for trail skating, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, just looking back and seeing how how my body was adjusting to skating versus now, it's such a stark difference. And I'm so proud of where I am. And I'm so excited to see how I will continue to transform as I skate. I'm excited to link with other skaters and to learn new styles of skating. I want to be, as diverse as I can, and not because of anything other than the fact of I love the style of skating that I've seen. There's so many different styles. There's, house skating. There is rhythm skating, jam skating, snapping, and JB, which I'm currently starting to learn. And I'm super excited about that because when I first started skating, that was the first style that I gravitated towards. And I'm just now following what my spirit was telling me and going for it. So I say all of this to say when you are feeling down, sometimes all you need to do is just tap back into that inner child. Just go have fun. Do something fun. Think about what the things were that you enjoyed doing in your childhood that you really loved and tap back into that. Even if it was swinging from the monkey bar, shoot. Listen, I was a tomboy, so I was swinging from monkey bars. I was hanging upside down. I was jumping. I was riding bikes and racing, jumping double dutch. And I do all of those things now, and it doesn't matter. They give me joy, and that's what I'm going to tap into. And so I share all of this to say that I hope you will take it upon yourself to tap into some of the things that bring you joy because you just never know where it's going to lead. You don't know how it's going to impact others. I get people all the time saying, you really inspired me. I'm going to go get a pair of skates. I want to come skate with you. Can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? And I'm totally down for it. And I love it because you just never know. Life is about trying things. Life is about experiencing new things. So even if you haven't, even if there's something that you want to do that you haven't necessarily done before, but there's just something inside of you that is pushing you towards it, and you're seeing all the signs and you're driving and you see a bumper sticker talking about it, and you go online and you pull up Facebook and there's an ad for it. Yeah, the algorithm will try to trick you, but sometimes it's about just confirmation. So go out and try that new thing that you have been wanting to, but you've put off because you don't have time or you think that somebody's going to laugh at you or you're going to be judged or whatever. No, boo boo. If it's for you, it's for you. And if it's for you, then it's meant for your good in whatever way that it comes. So do that thing and take care. I will talk with you soon. Bye.